Right everybody, as you can see in the background there, Leon's shoveling away and I'm just chatting to a camera watching him work, which I'm sure he's going to get cross about and he's going to hit me with spade soon, but Hello everybody and welcome back to WA UK. Right, today we're back in the permission, back into the woodland I did a short video on about a week ago now. We're starting up in the far right hand corner, which is where I'm thinking we're going to be able to get the Land Rover in. Land Rover's just parked there. We're just going to move this structure and just clear up around so we can back the Land Rover into sort of this area here, and we're going to commence the clearing up. So today we're hoping to get to the little old shack that I showed you last time, the little old shed that's all fallen down. We're going to clear up around it, try and put a tarp up over the top of it and stuff. I'm going to apologise now in advance for the wind. We're the back end of Storm Dennis and it's still very, very windy in Lancashire. So yeah, you're going to be able to hear background noise and loads of wind and everything throughout the video. So I'm going to apologise now. If I get a chance later, I'll put my lapel mic on, which will stop a lot of the wind. But yeah, that'll be later on if we get a chance. Because I'm going to be wandering around dragging trees and stuff, I don't really want wires dangling off me. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for tuning in this week. Right, so what we're trying to do here is just clear the entrance to get the vehicles in. So we've trimmed back a couple of the bushes and a couple of the trees. This tree just here is one that's fallen over previously. We didn't pull that down. So what we're going to try and do is hook it to the front of my big tool over there and just pull it that way. I've got amples of rope, or tow strap as it were. I'm going to tow it back through the woods over there. Leon's going to stand behind the bushes here and just film from behind the bushes just so he's safe. So nothing gives and nothing flings towards him. So again, I'm going to reiterate this, I say it near enough every one of my videos, safety first, and sorry for the sodding wind. Right guys, due to the wet ground and the uneven ground inside the woodland, the Land Rover spun a little bit and it lost traction. So we've come in with spades and the axes and stuff, and we've just dug up a couple of the roots which were still in the ground. There's only about 3 to be fair, and we're going to try yanking it out again. To be fair, there's only a few little spindly roots hanging on now. Right folks, in usual speed fashion we're taking 5 just to have a quick coffee. Got my hop up out, going to get my fake jet boil out and just boil some water, and we're going to have a quick latte. Leon's just wandering around just cutting off all the little branches that are sticking out the bottoms of the trees, just to aid us and help the trees obviously flourish better in the summer and spring, but also just to aid us in camping and just to give us a bit more area, a bit more clearance towards the bottom of the tree if we're going to put hammocks and stuff up. Alright guys, I will fetch you back in 5 minutes once we've got our coffee. Right, coffee's up guys, hair's all over the place, blowing a gale in here. We're actually, now we've started tidying it up, talking about coming and camping tonight, which I knew would happen, I'm not going to lie. Our Leon's just sat there, just behind me against the tree. But this is looking loads better. Let me just take you over here and show you. Look at that clear run through.
Quick hour, last.
Yeah, that was just a quick hour, as Leon has just said. What we're going to do now is we've bought a couple of posts that we're going to drive in just to mark out the gate area, and then we can put sheep netting or whatever over it, or a gate if we need to later on. We're not going to do that now, obviously. Then we're gonna just clear up a little bit around here, drag the big branches and stuff that have fallen off into the edge of the woodland, just to give us a bit more cover. And we're going to go and start work over on the little shack over there, just start picking up all the cans and stuff in the wood and just generally tidying up. I have bought, I don't know if you can see them over there, up against that tree, I've bought a couple of ton sacks from my local hardware store. Ton sacks are basically what you get rubble and hardcore delivered to your house in. And some people sell wood in it, obviously, on the old marketplace on Facebook and stuff. But our plan with that is just to put all the big, let me pan you around and show you, like these hazard no entry things that are all over the floor, that are going to take up too much room in rubble sacks and bin bags. We're just going to put all the big bits in them and just leave them at the gate so the farmer can come and collect them and take them to another farm and dispose of them appropriately. Right guys, we're just going to enjoy our brews and just chill for 5-10 minutes and make some more plans for later on in the evening. I'll bring you back soon. We've kind of put the gate posts in dead quickly. We haven't brought a big enough axe or hammer to drive the posts in with. So what we've decided to do is come and concentrate on the little shack. So I'm going to trim a few branches back whilst Leon just starts moving all debris out from inside the little shack. And we're hoping to get a tarp up there and maybe, just maybe, come and do a camp out tonight in there, which will be a whole separate video. But yeah, this is us walking through, well, through the little shack where we're going to be doing a bit of stuff. Right guys, really windy at this end of the wood. This is why it's called Blue Gate Wood. You can see the remnants of the old Blue Gate just there. And this is the country lane that runs by past it. But we're not going to come in there, we're going to come in the field that's just over that side over there. But you can see where people have fly tipped over the years. I'm going to apologise for the wind yet again. It's the back end of Storm Dennis, so there is quite a lot of wind noise. But this is like the scrubby end, if you will, the bad end of the wood. We're not really going to do much with this end. Not for the time being anyway. But that's where the entrance is off the road, but you can't get in further than the pine trees just here. So we ain't going to use this area really. If I keep on walking you down here, take you away from the wind and try and get into some shelter so I don't get much hate. There's an old pond that's been dug out for the ducks, which is why we can't we can't camp in here during shooting season. So we've got to stay away from that really. And we'll keep wandering through the pine trees. There's a few downed trees and a lot of firewood here, but I'm afraid it's going to be chainsaw territory, so we're going to have to bring chainsaws in and cut them all up and carry them to the far side over there of the wood. Some creaking going on up there. You can probably hear the wind up in the tops of these trees. It really is windy. I've had the week off this week and I've been trying to come out all week to film this, and it's been raining all week, as you would expect, because I've had a week off. So first opportunity I got Saturday. Oh, fresh deer tracks. Can you see that there? So there's been some visitors in here. There's been a few deers in here. There's another one just there. There's fresh deer tracks in here. But yeah, I've been trying to come out all week to no avail. So first opportunity we got Saturday today. We've come out and we're just clearing up. Old bathtubs, old gas canisters that are all going to be dragged to the edge, or dragged to the front of the wood, and the farmer can come and collect it, which is where we're going to put everything. This is what I tried to show you in my last video, what I filmed on my phone. Old tarps, engine parts, there's a carburettor over there, more baths, more baths. Right, what we've been working on is the old shack. I need to ask you all a question about the old shack, so before I take you around and show you what I've been working on, let's show you a bit more of this woodland. Loads of corrugated iron, another gas canister over there. There's plenty to be going on with, plenty we could utilise and make into fire pits and stuff. There's an old down tree here that's fallen over the years, so we've got a ton of dead standing. All stood up, all dead, all except that one just there. That one's not dead obviously, that one's still rooted in down there at the bottom. So we won't touch that one, but we'll cut this over the time we're going to spend in here, and we'll use this as our firewood. Right, what I've done, or what I've been on with, is this is a rhododendron tree. This is an invasive species in the UK. Farmer, now I've got permission to cut down all dead standing, get rid of all debris on floor, and to trim back the trees, but I'm not allowed to cut any live trees down, which I'm absolutely fine with. I don't want to cut any live trees down. Why would I want to do that? So what we've done is all the dead branches that weren't getting sunlight from underneath the rhododendron tree, I've kind of trimmed back. All these big ones you can see, there may have been a couple with leaves on and stuff, but they're not going to get any sunlight because they're underneath, to try and make a workable space underneath the rhododendron tree. Now Leon is just over here clearing out the old shack. He's been building up a pile of mess. Mate, you're a bit wet.
Solid brick floor.
Solid brick floor?
Yeah.
Hey, well that's good news. You've got to it.
You know how far down we've got to go, Granville.
Shit me. Oh, I'll have to bleep that out. Anyway, we're trying to utilise the fireplace in here. So this wall here is a good solid wall. It's going nowhere. It's been up for years. So what we want to do is we want to kind of try and put a tarp over the top of it and utilise this area to sit in and cook and do a few little camp chores in there. That wall, however, directly opposite me now, is on its last legs. When you lean on it, it's rocking. So I need to ask you all, what do you reckon's best to do? Do you reckon stack bricks up behind it and try and prop it up? Or do you reckon push it over, clear up the debris, use it somewhere else, use it as a bottom of a fire pit, or make a circular fire pit over in the car camping area and kind of crack on from there? But yeah, if I hold the camera just here like this, you can see it's kind of leaning that way. Not very good. If I push out, that's going to go over. But I wanted to ask you all what to do with it first before I go knocking it down. I've been working under there and trying to make that a clearer area because there was branches coming out the bottom and you couldn't get under there really. So I've cleared all that up. My saw's still over there actually. Yeah, I've cleared all that up and just dragged all the branches to the perimeter. Walking around the back, we've got another usable space with a few horrible tree weed things knocking up all over the place that we could trim and drag to the perimeters to make this a usable space as well. But yeah, let me know what I should do with that wall. Comment below. And yeah, give me some ideas, because yeah, my brain is just stopped for today. Anyway, I'll put camera down, get shovel and start helping Leon a little bit, because this is looking like we've got our work cut out. We should be using some of that soil to fill in holes over there as we come in, you know. That's a good shout. Right, anyway, enough of me shouting and coming up with ideas. So I've cleared around the back of the old cabin. There's the old cabin just there, and I've cleared around the back just a little bit. Still needs a lot more work, obviously. Rome wasn't built in a day, and nor was Camp Bluegate. So yeah, this is what we had an idea to do now, because we're both running out of energy on an empty stomach. I've just been to the vehicle, picked up my fire kit and picked up some water so we can rehydrate, because Leon's absolutely dripping wet. Slipping over. But what we're going to do is we made a little makeshift fireplace just there. We're going to see if chimbley works. So yeah, commence with the boring firelighting skit. Right, so I've got my nearly pads out, or Leon's nearly pads. I'm just going to put a quick bed of wood on there, just so I've got somewhere to put my cotton wool ball when it takes. That's the idea behind that. Leon's built this little raised pad so he gets a lot of air underneath it, so hopefully it'll work. Should do, I can't see why not. This is all rotten dry stuff that we found on the floor, obviously. Can you see me there? You can. Little fire kit in my little bug out bag. I brought my bug out bag today just because it was just accessible. I threw me Jetboil copy in it, and I've just come out in the with the old bug out bag, which doesn't usually see the light of day, to be fair. Cotton wool ball soaked with olive oil just there. There's plenty in there. There's wax ones, there's Vaseline ones, there's all sorts. I've got fire steel somewhere in here. I've got some little twigs just out of shot just there on the floor. Oh, I forgot to put that back in. They're proper emergency ones. They have like a match on the top, and you strike them and there's a firelighter built into a match head. So if I ever get proper stuck, I'll use them. Like I said in my video a few days ago, I don't claim to be a professional, and I obviously make mistakes. Right, all I'm going to do is pull the fibres apart here. just so there's somewhere for the spark to catch. That should do it. There you go. She's alive. Nice and easy. Put the knife away so it doesn't end up stuck out my leg or something crazy. And I'll start chucking on the real thin stuff like you've seen me do a million times. I'm not gonna hang about today. Forecast to rain at 5 o'clock today, so speed is of the essence. We want to get out of here before 5 because we've not really, I know I brought my bug out bag and I have got shelter and stuff, but we've not really prepared for it. Is this going to be a failed speed fire, do you think? This looks a bit puny. I don't think I've ever failed on camera before.
Wonderful smell.
Oh, it smells lovely, doesn't it? Smell-o-vision. Oops. I should take that. Just obviously, as always, we're going to wait a few seconds and wait for it to establish before we go too crazy putting big stuff on. So just give it 30 seconds or so just to grow and take. The wind will help, as you can see it getting blown about. No, we didn't fail. Pays to be slightly prepared. I'll tell you what, if you haven't watched my cotton wool ball video, make sure you get it watched. Because those cotton wool balls are brilliant for getting a little fire started. Well, that's going, you know that's not going to go out. Hold on, I'll bring you in close. I'll bring you in close so you can see. Dodgy camera work just there. Did it all in one shot so you know it's not gone out. Somebody mentioned in one of my last videos that it's a good honest channel. I like to keep it that way. But yeah, I'll just keep feeding this fire, getting it a little bit bigger. This chimney working? Have we got smoke coming out top?
Smoke coming out.
Brilliant. Right. Let me just keep feeding it, and when it's properly established and we've got a decent fire roaring, I'll show you chimney working. So there's our fire, folks, burning lovely. Not much smoke coming out because it's all coming out the chimney. Our chimney works. And I like saying chimney, funny. I know it's called a chimney. But yeah, you can just see the smoke there coming out the chimney. And the fire's just getting going. Those bigger logs you just saw me chopping. And there's the floor Leon was digging up before. We've gone down to brick. And there's my little pile of twigs that I was putting on, which I'm just going to throw on now. But yeah, we will fetch you back. That's going to be very close because I was zoomed in. We will fetch you back very shortly.
What's that noise over here? Oh, noise over here, Morris.
Sorry mate, you caught me in the action. Swear down. I'm picking up some of these tarps and like old tents that people have left lying about in the woods. And both you and I, as you know, went and bought a couple of these ton sacks. They're only about £3 each. So yeah, I'm just taking all this big stuff that's sodden and wet and won't fit in a rubble sack. And I'm filling up this sack here. You can have a look what I've been collecting. There's somebody's old jacket, loads of bags, an old chair, some old tents and all sorts of crap in there. But I'm going to get this in there now. I'm going to pick up all the bags from over there. There's loads of bags on the floor. And I'm going to attempt to get that big blue tarp in as well. It's just an eyesore on the floor.
Well, can you make less noise, please? I'm trying to enjoy the fire.
Okay, I will do, mate. Look how messy this is. Weighs a ton.
I'll help you, but I'm filming. Right, open the bag for you, Dick.
It's just sodden and wet, and the rats have been at it. It is going to leave some spots on the floor that probably won't disappear till next fall, shall we say, next autumn. They'll probably go. I could start kicking leaves over it, but I think that's going to be too much like hard work to do every spot. Full fag packet. Right, I'll crack on and I'll try and keep quiet for you.
Good. I'll keep an eye on said fire. Ta-ra.
Right, Leon's just said something really funny. He turned around and said it's hard work this roughing it. We've got a fireplace outdoors. How weird's that? Anyway, yeah, we've come to the end of our day. I filled up that big white sack and I collared Leon to drag it over to the gate that you saw earlier in the video. It's just inside the gate now. I'll message the farmer later and let him know we've put it there and it's not been dumped by some fly tippers. We're just waiting for the fire to burn down a little bit. I've just stoked it up actually, and Leon said, "What are you stoking it up for? We're going soon." And I went, "No." But yeah, we're going to wait for it to go down a little bit and then we're going to head back home. We were going to do a camp, but it's just nowhere near ready for us to camp on here just yet. Unless we bring trailer, which is something we'll talk about later when we're driving home. But yeah, we've got quite a lot done. I mean, I picked up all big bits of plastic from around here, and there was some old jackets and old sleeping bags and all sorts of crap in here, and they've been dragged off in that big bag. We've sorted out the entrance so we can get vehicle in, so now we don't have to park in the entrance over by the gate because there's not much parking there. And we started clearing out in here. We've been talking about what we want to do. I still need you guys to feed back on this wall and let me know what I should do with this wall. It's ready for going and I don't want anybody leaning on it and getting hurt basically, so I think it's got to go one way or another. But yeah, give me some ideas. If you go back to the beginning of the video, you'll see a big scaffolding structure that's just been dumped inside that end of the wood. Now we've been talking about utilising that, so what we might do is fetch it over and build some sort of structure inside here so we can put a tarp on and have this as like the little communal area, if you will. So we can light a fire, you can have all your tents outside it and surrounding it. Once we've cleared it up a little bit more, we've cleared around that way and we've cleared that way, but we've still got so much more to do around behind and over the back. There's a big dead tree behind that we'll probably use for firewood for this, for the foreseeable.
Slowly go.
Yeah, slowly get away. But yeah, big plans. Just it's going to take time. It's going to take time. A few of you did say you were well up for helping me. I might be calling you in. We'll have a camp out one weekend and we'll all come in and do ours a little bit and just see if we can clean it up a little bit, get it looking a bit better. We'll bring tools, chainsaws, etc. and just make it a little bit more habitable and cleaner. I think a lot of people here would actually make it into a really nice space. Me and Leon, you know, we did 4 hours today and we're for want of a better word, we're
Hoosed.
yeah, we're knackered. We're glad it's Sunday tomorrow. Let's just put it that way.
19-year-olds anymore.
Yeah, we're not as young as we used to be. But fire's going well. Chimney works.
Yeah. Drawing good, you can hear it as well.
Yeah, drawing really well. What we might do is we're going to have to wait for a couple of dry days, 2 or 3 dry days, and just have a massive bonfire in here and just a lot of the thin, spindly crap stuff that's dead. There's one just behind the camera just over there that I'm looking right at. Drag it and just chuck it on a fire and just burn it out. Obviously it'll be we'll have to find a big open space to do the fire in.
Yeah.
But I think it could definitely benefit from that. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Not going to film much longer. We need to pack our stuff away. We've still got a few tools dotted about that we're taking back with us. And get back across the field in the Landy nice and slow. And if the weather holds out tomorrow, which is meant to be, it's meant to be quite sunny tomorrow. And we're 40 odd years old, both of us. So we know if this hasn't affected us and we got the energy to come and do a bit more tomorrow, we definitely will. So for now, we will see you in the next episode of Cleaning Up Bluegate Wood. You all take care, guys.